Previously on our vintage camper remodel, we made a ton of progress on the inside, painting the walls, building the cabinets, and installing the table. Now we need to go back in time for a moment so I can catch you up on what's happening with the kitchen counter. Our friend Charlie, whose space we're using as we're renovating this, just brought over some scrap butcher block that he had from his workshop. And I think we're gonna try to make this work because this would save us a good amount of money to not have to go buy butcher block. So we have this piece here of walnut, I think, that's darker, and then what do you think this is? Maple?
Maple.
Yeah. And so together it's the perfect size for this space. So now we're just kind of thinking, how can we do something creative with this and get to use this wood? I'm so excited. Like, this is gonna be really cool.
I like the idea of, instead of just an even cut, which would almost look like a mistake, you mend them together a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, so like from above, it's something like that.
Today we're gonna walk to our friend Charlie's shop.
What's going on with it? It's gotta be strong. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Nick is out there cutting the sinkhole right now, which is a little stressful because we have one shot at this. So hopefully we got the placement right.
Like Parmesan cheese.
I know, it does look like cheese. Once the holes were cut in the butcher block, we continued sanding, taking turns at finer and finer grit until it was smooth and ready to be sealed. We're starting to seal the butcher block, and we found this sealing stuff called Rubio Monocoat or something. It's really cool, but you can see the difference here. This part has been sealed, I have to wipe it off, and then this is still the fresh maple, but it looks really good. I'm so excited.
Should we install this light?
Yeah. It feels like such a long time ago that I picked out these lights. I mean, it was a couple months ago, and I still love them. So I'm very excited to use these. They're nice and small, but they're just kind of unique and cool looking. This is a bronze kind of metal thing here. I don't know, I really loved them. So I'm excited to finally get these installed. I love it.
I like how this whole thing, like the way
it glows.
Lights up.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It doesn't really cast shadows either. It's like a warm...
One of the things I love most about these is that they're small and they don't come out from the wall very much. I just thought they were perfect for the trailer. I bought them kind of early on before I had spent money on everything else in here. So anyway, I'm very happy with them and I think they look really cool. They match everything in here and I just cannot wait to get out and actually use this thing. I can just imagine on a rainy day outside, sitting back here and reading a book and just looking at the rain, hearing the rain fall on the trailer. Oh, I just can't wait. So fancy. Next, we moved on to the kitchen backsplash. I bought a peel and stick panel off of Etsy that is supposed to be fine for kitchen backsplash. I figured something like this would be easy to install and change down the road if we needed or wanted to. I like the way that it looks, but installing it was a little trickier than we thought. We now have this extra stuff from the window that we need to figure out how to patch this side here, because I did not want to have to buy a second panel of this stuff, so we're gonna kind of piece this together over here. I don't know about this. I don't know if I would do this again. We'll see how well this actually lasts on here. It looks okay. Made a little mistake over here. I wouldn't say this is my favorite part of the trailer, but I needed to make some decisions, and so we just went with this. I think it looks cute. Just don't know if it's really gonna last on the trailer. With changing temperatures in here and being placed on this wood, I'm just not really confident in it. We have plenty of extra here to like cut these chunks and then stack them down here. It looks cute. I think it kind of goes with the feeling in here, don't you think?
I like it.
Like, I like it. All right.
I like how they line up at the top of the window.
Yeah, I do too. We were able to piece it together and it does look nice, but time will tell if this actually sticks once we take the trailer out on the road. Luckily, this is easy to change or fix if we need to, so it's good enough for now and we're moving on. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much did you love this project?
0. I hate this project. And it looks terrible. I messed up an edge.
We're done with it.
I had to move the fridge to mount the little brackets under here to hold the butcher block in place. And we drilled that little hole to run the power lines from to the fridge. So now we're just moving the fridge back and then we can mount it permanently.
And the sink and the faucet?
Yeah, then the sink and faucet go in.
Feels really nice. It has hot water and a cold water, and so what are we doing with that? Just not gonna use one of them?
I haven't thought about it.
Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna hook this thing up. Looks cool though. Putting the sink in today.
We just got to do a bead of silicone. If you look under here, we already have mounting brackets. Just turn sideways. So then we line the sink up, turn these, tighten them, and our sink should be installed. Don't pull so hard.
This top right corner could go over to the right a tiny bit.
Okay.
It looks so good. After we finished the kitchen, Nick and I were feeling pretty burnt out on the trailer project. We've been working so hard all summer on it that we didn't get a chance to get out hiking as much as we would like to. We made it. Let's get these packs off. We decided to take a break and go on a short backpacking trip up to a beautiful alpine lake. It was exactly what we needed. Nick ended up proposing on this trip, which of course made it extra special.
Water's so clear.
Wow, look at that reflection.
This was exactly the break in nature we both needed to recharge and come home with more energy to finally finish this trailer.
I made a cushion and we're gonna see if it fits and how it looks in there. I'm so excited. Oh, my knee. Ow, I'm not used to this thing being here. Okay. So, let's see if it fits. Oh my God, that's perfect. This was so much fun to make, and I am truly impressed at how this turned out. I cannot believe I made this, considering I've never made a cushion, but it's got a zipper in the back, so you can clean it, and then the sides and the corners just look so nice and professional looking, and then the front doesn't have a seam, and I just love it. It's comfortable. Oh my God. Now we're like up pretty high. Good thing we didn't do the 4-inch foam. We would have been like too high for the table. It looks really cool. So now I gotta do some measurements and get the backrests and then the other two done over there. Today, I finished the cushions. Out of this whole project with the trailer so far, making these cushions has been one of the most satisfying things for me. This was so much fun, and I am blown away by how good these cushions look. This fabric, we ended up going with something called chenille, I think is how you say it, and we saw it in the sales section and really liked it, and then looked at it at full price and we were like, oh my God, it was $40 to $60 a yard. So we were determined to stick to the sales section and ended up actually buying 2 different fabrics. So let me grab this one here. So these are the 2 fabrics that we went with because I couldn't find enough in the same pattern in the sales section. So this was kind of like a decision we made based on budget, but I actually really like it. I think it looks kind of cool having the sides be very similar but a little bit different, and it saved us a ton of money in fabric. I would not have bought this like the full price. So that was kind of exciting to find this that we really loved at a sale price. And then I just followed a YouTube video called, I think it's called the 30-minute cushion, and the YouTube channel is Sailrite, and the video was awesome. Followed it for all the cushions. I didn't have any issues, and they turned out way better than I expected. Like, I am blown away that I was able to make this myself, having really no sewing experience other than these curtains. So that was really fun, and they have zippers in the back too. I mean, how cool is that? And then I got the foam on Amazon and we cut it up, and it just looks amazing, and they're really cozy, and I think they're going to be a good durable fabric for these cushions. So I'm glad that we kind of ended up returning that velvet that I bought and going with this instead. The only thing I'll say is that the video says that this is a 30-minute cushion, but for me it was more like a 3-hour cushion, at least for the first one. The other ones went a little bit faster, but that first one took me a lot of time because I was going so slow. I didn't have a lot of extra fabric to mess up, so I really wanted to just make sure I was not rushing. So that is the whole thing with the cushions. I think they look so good, and I'm just so proud of myself. That's one of the things that I love so much about knitting, is it's so satisfying to make a piece of clothing with your hands. I think that's one of the things that's really satisfying about this whole trailer project, is that we're building it and doing it ourselves, and there's something so satisfying about that type of work. And so I think just making these cushions really was very exciting for me, and I feel very proud of myself because I love the way that they turned out. Do you like them?
Yeah, they're comfy.
I feel like they're a good middle ground between being comfortable but also kind of durable. Is it warping more, you think?
I don't think so.
Progress has been a little bit slow with the trailer the past couple of weeks. We have a lot of tasks that we don't want to do, left to do, and one of those is the rock guard. So this is the original rock guard that was on the front of the trailer, and it is kind of a mess. You can see a bunch of exposed fiberglass. There was a crack here at some point that someone put a ton of silicone on, which I think is going to be a pain for us. So we're kind of trying to figure out what we need to do with this, because we would like to reuse it. You can't buy like this exact rock guard anymore. So believe it or not, I think we're going to try to lay some fiberglass, which is not a project I thought I'd be undertaking for this trailer, but we're going to see if that's possible by kind of taking this apart, cleaning it up, and just getting a better idea of what to do. We've got the thing disassembled, the little rock guard. We've got some supplies here. I have taken out a piece of the fiberglass. I tried my best to clean it. It was pretty hard because it's just falling apart. So we're gonna try to coat it with the fiberglass resin. My confidence level is pretty low in this endeavor, but I'm just gonna give it a try. So we have the resin, the hardener, mix all that, and then I'm just gonna smear it on here and let that dry and see what happens. 4, 5, 6. I only have, it says 8 to 12 working minutes. Be working. Trying to patch up a hole. We coated the front and the back with a coat of the resin, and we also patched up this big crack and some of these other ones with the fiberglass cloth. And it was actually kind of fun. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be, and I think it doesn't look like it now, but I think once we spray paint it with the enamel, it's going to actually look pretty good. Definitely good enough for our purposes, and I would say, yeah, pretty good little fix that we did here. The rock guard situation from yesterday, unfortunately, did not work. So we spray painted it with the enamel, and it just did not stick to this. Like, I can scratch it off pretty easily, even though we did sand it, but I think maybe we didn't sand it enough, or maybe we should have used a primer. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna have to do some research on that. So we're gonna just put this project aside. We'll circle back to the rock guard.
Coming up on our trailer renovation, we finally finished this project, put the finishing touches on everything, and we'll show you the big reveal.